Lookism. It is a noun, pronounced lookism, defined as a prejudice or discrimination based on physical appearance. In our society, we are told we must look a certain way, act a certain way, and talk a certain way. We change not only our hair, our faces, and our bodies, but we watch our weight, our height, and our color, all to appease this impossible view of perfection. Growing up, I was always self-conscious about how dark I am, because in Indian culture, the color of a woman's skin dictates her beauty. I began a daily baptism with sunscreen, hesitated to attend every pool party and picnic, chose the treadmill over a run outdoors because the sun was my enemy, a giant star that drained any hope I had of being perfect. Perfect. Every time an Indian movie cast a light-skinned girl calling her brown was a slap in the face because she was perfect, she was fair. TV shows, movies, media, society, they all taught us that a perfect woman was the hourglass figure with the big butt but not the thick thighs, the top small but the waist smaller, the heart big but the chest bigger, because in our world, being perfect means being an objectified version of beauty. And this objectification is internalized. It's what we've been taught for years upon years. It is a problem I would like to examine using the four-way rotary test, asking the following. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And finally, will it be beneficial to all concerned? First we ask, is it the truth? The truth is that this objectification has been happening all around us, on runways, on television, in school, or even the workforce. And a person's self-worth has been determined by a checklist of physical attributes rather than their virtues or beliefs. Before, I thought these standards were a thing of the past, where back in the day, women cinched their waists with corsets and men had to have the perfect golden tan, not too light and not too dark. But then I became aware of the model industry, where any girl larger than a size 2 dress is considered fat, and every boy has to be at least 6 feet tall to prove his masculinity. Now people in all positions and classes have no qualms judging an individual based on their appearance. And I realize this objectification can't be narrowed to a singular field or to a singular person. Ever since we were little, this culture has been prevalent, that only tall, skinny girls can be models, and every male without a well-defined six-pack is weak or a nerd. But the truth is that this ideal body type is achievable by less than 5% of the population. So what happens is while we work to improve racial and cultural sensitivity, we forget that there's a whole other side to society that is detrimental to our bodies. Moving along, we must ask, is it fair to all concerned? But how is it fair that this process forces people to damage their minds and their bodies? It's not fair. The result is people instinctively demeaning themselves to align with objectified beauty standards that only run skin deep. According to the National Association of ANAD, over 30 million people of all ages and genders suffer from eating disorders in the US. The idea that our bodies need to be a certain weight, shape, and size not only causes these disorders, but leads to an increase in smoking, plastic surgery, and lookism. A newly categorized prejudice based on one's apparent attractiveness. This leads us to our next question. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? But currently, rather than getting to know one's opinions, values, beliefs, and decisions, people make shameful comments about each other's bodies. Rather than respecting each other's ambition and intellect, individuals judge themselves on a beauty scale. The entire basis of lookism breeds discrimination over friendship and crushes the belief that one can be anything they want to be, that one can do anything he or she wants to do. Now the fourth tier of the Rotary test asks, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And changing the way the world views beauty would be. People would follow their ambitions with no inhibitions. Boys and girls alike wouldn't be driven to find solace in fairness creams, eating disorders, and plastic surgery. If this mentality that limits so many were removed, men and women, tall and short, short, young and old, black and white, would be able to stand together and redefine what is considered beautiful. I understand that this isn't an all men or all women thing, but this objectification occurs around us, in our schools, in our offices, in our homes. And it is time to take a stand. To stand together and say enough is enough. It's time to start a new trend. We are all beautiful. Thank you.